end of July and it is hot. So I'm out here at 7:30 and it is still 99 degrees out here. It's been really unpleasant taking care of everything. So some tomatoes have completely died and others are still doing okay. They're not really producing as much. I have had an issue with a bird that likes to come and peck at them, but it's okay. I let him. I'm pretty much watering these green stalks every day, and it doesn't really feel like enough, to be honest. Vincas are one of the few flowers that doesn't really seem to mind the heat. Peppers are doing okay. I have some coleus here that I dug out of the front flower bed and just put them into their own little containers. So I'll probably give some of those away at work. I've been drying flowers in the greenhouse. Some of them I waited a little too long to pick them and they opened up too far. Let's see. I still have some petunias blooming, but really only these ones that are in the shade or partial shade because it's just too hot for them otherwise. I do have some green beans, but the only ones that look okay are the really small ones. Again, some of these tomatoes are okay. You can tell they've definitely got some issues going on, but they might start producing again. So I'm kind of holding out hope that when it cools down, they will make me some more. We'll see. I do have an aphid problem, but not pretty. That's a pepper. These petunias are doing pretty good. I've definitely noticed a lot of caterpillars eating the petunias. You can see there's just holes all over. But I don't want to spray or come out here and try to manage it. Here's some more green beans. I planted this whole tower out with green beans after I cut all the kale and cabbage out, and these are like the only ones that came up, and some just fried. So even though green beans like heat, I don't think they like this much heat. Let's see, so we've got vinca. All the flowers actually look pretty good. The full sun flowers that aren't cold loving. Again, the petunias are okay because they're kind of at the bottom. They're not in full sun. The ones that are, up at the top here, not doing as well. I have some new flowers coming in. These are more of the Gombrina. These cosmos are almost kind of done. They kind of go dormant during the heat, but they'll bloom again. Zinnias doing great when I remember to water them. This is another row of zinnias. They're all about to bloom. These are part of the Queenie series, so they'll have kind of some lime to them. Hello, little friend. Like a lime green plus like either orange or like a reddish color. This is my little perennial bed. The Rudbeckia are looking good. Those yellow flowers. Everything else is looking a little rough, but hopefully it will survive until next year. These are all the plants that I grew in the milk jugs, the winter sowing. Most of them are cold loving, so they kind of need to be ripped out soon, but I want to collect seeds from a lot of them, so kind of waiting on that. My sunflowers back there are looking good. I'll quickly go through these raised beds and bags. So these are 6 different varieties of mint. I just bought those. I'm keeping them in containers so they don't run wild. These are the Dara, or ornamental carrots. This is Tithonia, Mexican sunflower. I love how fuzzy the stems are. The bees love them. We got peppers coming in. A lot of my peppers are starting to ripen. So those are Mirasol peppers. I got a purple smudge in there. These are all Megatron jalapenos. I've got a bunch of those, so I need to come out here and pick. They're blot peppers. Got some tomatoes in here. These are really prone to splitting, unfortunately, but they taste so good. You can tell, like, these plants do not look really happy. I come out here and water these every day, and it doesn't really make much of a difference. I need to get irrigation set up. Should have done that a long time ago. Here we've got King Star Lemon Starburst. I really like this one. Look how cute that is. So this one's pretty productive. Got the Peach Star Kiss right here. They're hot, like habanero hot. Kind of mixed, like, we got tomato, pepper. Eventually these will ripen, I hope. Kind of more of a paste tomato type. Looks like we got one almost ready in there. Not really seeing anything over here. This tower, let's get the sun behind us. This one's mostly like space peppers. So they're sweet. These are Big Bang. This is covered in ants. I don't want to touch stuff too much. These are the Solar Flare. These are a little spicier. I really like these in like a yellow salsa. Look at that ant. These are covered in aphids, if you can't tell. This is an ornamental pepper. I don't really eat those, but I might try to dry them and see. We got Thai peppers down here. Tomato could probably come in soon. It's looking good. Ooh, okay. We got some cayennes over here. They're just like drying out on the plant. I did pick some of these and put them in the greenhouse to dry, just like air dry in there. And it's actually working out really well. So these are more cayennes. So I will have enough powder to last me basically forever. I guess I could be going over these raised beds too. This one has a lot of straw flowers in it. Again, that's kind of what I've been picking and drying. I need to pick those or cut those. I did rip out a bunch of stuff out of here recently. Cold weather plants that just aren't doing well anymore. So eventually I will replant into here with some fall stuff in there. You can't really see very well, but there's grow bags with more peppers in them. So we're getting some tomatoes, not a lot. A lot of this stuff doesn't look great. Again, a caterpillar came and ate the tops off of most of this stuff. These are looking better. We got some little cuties in there. I think these are Queen of the Night. I really like those. I've grown those in the past. These are Tasmanian chocolate. It looks like this one's wanting to change color soon. I've had one of those already and I really liked it. This is a vining flower of some sort, but I can't remember which one because I planted multiple here and the rabbits like to eat them. Again, we got more peppers here. A lot of these are kind of jalapeno level heat. I still have a happy kale plant. All the rest like look terrible except for this one and this one. So I come out here and I'm still able to harvest those and eat them. Ooh, look at these. These are nanner jammers, also covered in ants. Look at that. Look at the ants. But the peppers look good. We got some of our Brian's Blood stripy peppers. Those are looking good. We got all sorts of stuff in here that's ready to pick. I just haven't had time and it's really hot, so don't like to come out here. Again, sunflowers are looking really good. Shade cloth is up, and I think that helps a lot, but it's still hot under here. These big tomatoes, plants here are just growing out of the ground. And I just put the cages there to keep them from completely taking over, but these are white currants. So a lot of these like little more yellowy ones are ripe. I think I'm just gonna come out here and pick them for the dehydrator. We got some peppers back in here that are looking good. A lot of these I think are Scotch bonnets. This is kind of my overflow of Scotch bonnet peppers because that whole raised bed is Scotch bonnets. Ants on my feet. Let's see. Oh, we're getting some tomatoes here. Okay, these are Gandalf tomatoes. These have actually been surprisingly productive. I like these. There's some ripe peppers. I'm not going to pick peppers right now. These cosmos are fun. Look how frilly they are. I need to come out here and deadhead all the ones that are starting to go to seed. I'm not ready for them to do that yet. I want them to keep blooming. Shove those in my pocket and forget about them. All right, let's walk into the sun real quick. Stomp around a little. Let's see. Okay, these are more Takanatsumi. They are basically like a Thai pepper. They're bigger than they were last year though, so they might be crossed with something, but I kind of want to dry them out in the greenhouse. I have green beans in here, but they are not doing well. These are going to turn brown. These are really good for drying as well. I like them in sauces. This plant actually broke in half entirely, and I vet wrapped it back to a stick and tied up the top part with a string, and it's okay with that. That was like several weeks ago, and it's still fine. That color on those peppers. These are super pretty. For some reason I don't have a label on this one, but I do have it written down on my spreadsheet. I just don't have it out here right now. I don't really want to carry the paper around. Let's see, this raised bed has also kind of been cleared out. It had a lot of like spring flowers in here. That one's a perennial, the Gaillardia there. So it'll stay, but a lot of the annual ones I did rip out. So that the tomatoes over here would have more room. This is my sun gold. I've been eating off of that one a lot. Under here, got a sad hanging basket. These tomatoes are just, they're not having it. They're not having a good time. So, but I am getting a little bit. So all of this in through here is peppers. You can kind of see some peppers back in there. I'll go around. These are all peppers, except for the top is flowers. Ooh, this needs to be watered. These are all peppers that are crosses. Just kind of looking for some winners out of these crosses. Ooh, strawberry. So far, I haven't really gotten anything good. That one's kind of fun with a stinger, but I don't know if that's a one-off or they'll all look like that. Gotten a lot of kind of red or orange ones. I was hoping for some more unique colors, but we'll see. I'm hopeful. This is my Scotch bonnet bed, and of course this first pepper here is not even remotely close to a Scotch bonnet. But some of them are, so we'll look at them. Here, these are looking good. Hot sauce soon. So I do have it listed on my spreadsheet, like which one is which. So I will be consulting those before I pick these. So I can see which one's my favorite, because I just kind of grew one or two of every variety. So they should all be similar, but I have noticed some are pretty different. Like, look at that one. That looks good. Goodness, the ants are all over me. This one's funny in here. This plant is supposed to be a Scotch bonnet, but that looks way meaner than any Scotch bonnet I've ever seen. Look at these. Like, these look. Pick one. Like, look at that. Not a Scotch bonnet. Here we've got got more tomatoes in there. You can see I had another unfortunate hornworm incident that ate the tops off of all of those tomato plants, but I think they'll recover, I hope. It's not like they're doing much right now anyways. We got more either Scotch bonnet or habanero in here. This is kind of the sad corner of tomatoes. Actually, these tomatoes look better than most, but they still got a lot of crunchies on them. This is my milkweed and verbena. They're kind of nearing the end of their life for this year, but they're both perennials, so they'll come back. I'm just hoping that these tomatoes will start producing again once it cools off. Holding on to hope there. Now we're going over to the other side behind the greenhouse. There's my compost pile. These are sweet potato vines. I have 3 different varieties. Here you'll see I have a mix of cowpeas that are starting to form and more sweet potatoes. This tower right here is all jalapenos or jalapeno crosses. So there's a bunch of them. So I've got a lot of these like yellow lemon spice jalapenos. I really like those. Those are one of my favorites. Got some brown ones in there. Chocolate. Various spice levels on these. I actually just gave away a bunch too, and I still have this many, so I've got to come out here and deal with those. This was my bed of self-seeding zinnias. They all just came back on their own from last year. I did cut back about a little more than half of them. That was all zinnias, and I cut it down for some airflow and to start some new little squash plants back there. These are my yard-long beans. Kind of left this one on here too long. It's getting a little rubbery. But they make these really long bean pods that are apparently really good in stir fries. I've got some red ones here that I left too long, so those I'll just let them go to seed. That was my tomatillo, but the bugs destroyed it, and I just let them. Swinging over here, we got hello ladybug. We got some Armenian cucumbers. So they are technically a melon, but they do really well in the heat. All my cucumbers are covered in aphids, but I do have a lot of ladybugs here, so we'll be okay, I think. I have other cucumbers in here as well, other types, and a green bean, but they're not doing as well. It's just too hot. Rosemary's doing good. And here I have most of my hatch peppers, hatch chilies, or similar, like poblanos. I do have a few Thai in front. This is, and I'm switching gears here, this is mostly Thai peppers. This is a white Thai. We got a black pearl pepper. It's looking good. This is the dream catcher mixed cross with a farmer's market jalapeno. Really like the color. That one might be the prettiest pepper I have so far. This year anyways. We got the otopinos, or vibrant purple. They're starting their ripen. I really like how they ripen because they kind of get this like sunset color vibe going on here. Let's see. This is the blue Christmas orange fish pepper. It needs water. It's sad. But this one's also very, very pretty. Don't like to eat it, but I like to look at it. These are more little ornamental peppers. These are good, either dried or in salsa. I don't really like drying yellow peppers though, because they kind of just dry brown tannish, so they're not real pretty. To make myself much room here. We got Gomphrena here. I love this carmine color. This is the first year I've grown this color and I really like it. We got Vinca in the front. And then again, we got all the hatch chilies in here. Like, look at these guys. Some of these are huge. So I'm going to eventually come through here and toss them all on the grill and make a sauce. This is Alessia pepper. That's sweet. We do have some hot ones in here. This one will be a hot ornamental pepper. This is another Mexican sunflower that came up from seed on its own, and it looks really healthy, so I'm just going to leave it. We got some hatch chilies that are ripening or just baking in the sun. Not sure which. This front raised bed is basically just flowers and stuff that needs to be cleaned up, but I haven't had the time yet.